Hey Dubai, behind me I have a luxury sedan that flirts with the supercar territory. It's a 2012 Mercedes CLS 63 AMG. So buckle up, hit like, click subscribe, because Automark is going to take you on a high octane journey. Even though this is a 2012 model, it still looks absolutely gorgeous. It's such a beautiful car. You will never know that it's a car from 2012. On top of that, it's got 550 brake horsepower delivered through a V8 engine with twin turbos. It is crazy fast in comparison to majority of cars on the road today. It's unbelievable. For me, this car has something very special that very few cars have. It has the ability to be a luxury sedan that you can drive around quietly and actually enjoy. And then you've got serious amounts of speed as well. So you've got that power there when you need it. So to be honest, it's almost like getting a 2-for-1. So you've got a car that you can drive every single day in comfort, it's quiet. And sometimes someone's come up with a Ferrari 458 and they want to have a bit of a race, no problem. This generation of the CLS, the AMG engine spec was changed, and this was changed for Mercedes across the whole range. So they went from naturally aspirated 6.2 litre V8 engines to a 5.5 litre V8 with twin turbos. At first, a lot of the car enthusiasts weren't too happy about it because they preferred the naturally aspirated engines as always as AMG have done. But for several reasons, on emissions, on gas mileage, and actually to get more power, Mercedes decided to go down this route. This means that this particular engine is a 5.5 litre V8. It's got 550 brake horsepower, but it means also that it's very tunable. Many people with simple remaps and pretty basic upgrades have been running 600-700 brake horsepower easily and reliably on this engine. So there is some thought behind the process of how these can be actually a really good engine. Driving it, it's incredible. The speed, the torque is superb. And in fact, the twin turbos make it a perfect balance because you've got that torque for everyday driving. And then whenever you need the speed, you've got the acceleration speed. It's fitted to a 7-speed gearbox. The gearbox, again, is fantastic. It's responsive. It shifts through the gears fine and really well. On everyday driving, it always sets off to second gear and drives away. So you're pulling away nicely, engages into first when you go into manual mode and you want that speed. It is absolutely unbelievable that this is a 2012 engine and in 2024, it is still superb. So moving on to the interior, I guess the biggest question for everyone's going to be is, car's 12 years old, does it have some of the tech that newer cars have, or something similar to what the newer cars have, and is it worth me buying a car of this age with what it does have? And I'm sort of pleased to report that it does have, maybe not what some of the newer cars have in terms of the lane assist and some of the other sort of radar control features that you get, but it does tick a lot of boxes. It's got things like the heated seats, air conditioning seats, active seats that move as you drive along, and all these features are actually quite good and quite handy to have a car like this, especially in a Mercedes. When you're buying a Mercedes, you're buying it because you want something that's quite luxurious, and this ticks a lot of them boxes. So it does have a lot of stuff that is still relevant, and it has a lot of nice touches. The interior is very nicely laid out. The buttons are very nicely laid out. The fact is that you have got buttons. With a lot of newer cars, some of them you don't even have buttons, so it's easy to access. It's easy to turn on your heated seats, it's easy to turn your air conditioning seats, it's easy to change temperature. All these things make it day to day very nice and comfortable to use. I guess another thing is the wear and tear on a car like this. So as it ages, you expect small things here and there that might need to be changed, or repair work that will need to be done. This interior is actually in quite good condition considering it's a 2012, and the mileage, which isn't too bad, mileage only 74,000. So it's good all around. The condition of the interior is good. It's all soft touch. It looks very nice and clean. It's clearly been looked after. But I can see, for example, on the dash, I can see it's slightly sunken in at the top where you can tell the padding has deteriorated below it. So at some point you might need to repair that. So there are things like this that you need to be careful when you buy a car like this. electrics, when you buy a car like this, is probably a very important part. If you see certain things aren't working, the electric seats aren't working, or there's issues with components with any of the buttons, these are something that you have to be cautious of, because repairing it could become quite expensive. So what's our verdict? It's a 2012 Mercedes CLS 63 AMG. That's a mouthful. It's a car that really has almost like two personalities. It's got your luxury element of being a comfortable Mercedes that you can drive every day. It's quiet. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's quite practical considering it's only a four-seater. The back seats do go down, so you've got a car that you can drive every day, you can use with your family, but it's also got the power. So if you want to go and have a bit of fun, you want something that's quick, it ticks a lot of boxes. Overall, it's a great car, but you've got to remember, it's German, it's 12 years old, things will probably break. So when you purchase one of these, you need to make sure you do your homework on them. Go out and find out what's the common things that break. Go to a trusted garage, but not any garage. You need to go to a garage that specializes in German cars, that knows them, so they know what the common faults are. If you don't do that, then you could end up with very surprising bills that can get very, very expensive. This particular car, in the recent months, it's had a secondary fuel pump that has had to be changed, and it costs around 8,000 dirhams to do that. So you need to factor these things into buying something that's older. Yes, you are saving a huge amount versus buying a brand new Mercedes CLS 63. Overall, it's a car that you should definitely consider, but do your homework before purchase one. If you liked our car review on the Mercedes CLS 63, you know what to do. Make sure you click like, share with your friends, and subscribe to Automarket for more car reviews in the future. Until then, Dubai, drive safe.